Hey guys, it's Leonard here. So today I'm going to be bringing you with me for a day in the life of Leonard as I run MYCOMEUP, my production company and news outlet that's going to be interviewing a very interesting individual by the name of Iman Gadzhi. I'm sure you've seen him around on YouTube. So we're going to be sitting down with him for MYCOMEUP and hearing his story. So I thought I'd bring the camera out, bring you along with me, and share the day with you. So stay tuned. Stay locked in, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and if you're on Instagram, send me a follow and a DM and I'll be sure to follow you back. Let's go. Iman, welcome. Listen, thank you first and foremost, thank you very much for sitting with us, finding the time to have this conversation. I'm surprised you're even here because I saw you in South Africa like 3 days ago, so I saw you were here and I thought let me locate you before you fly away again, so thank you for taking the time. Now, before we start, I want to be very clear with you, this is a conversation, so there's no right or wrong, it's more about understanding the mind behind Iman Gadzhi. And really just getting people to understand kind of your philosophies and thoughts and how you've got to where you are today. So without further ado, I just want to be very clear with you that this is a conversation, so don't overthink anything, all right?
Well, I mean, hey, if we can have 1/5 of the conversations we've had off camera before, yeah, if we can have 25% the level of depth today that we did when, for example, we were at that cigar lounge, then I'm sure we'll create some magic.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
So you're going to show us the Workstation where you run AIG Media and grow your agency. This is a beautiful setup. Break it down for us.
I'll show you from up here. Apologies. My lovely cleaner Tatiana is still out of the country, so everything's a bit of a mess. It's nice because it separates off from the other floors of the house. So this comes up, this is the 3rd floor. Also you got like a little bathroom through there. So that's pretty chill. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, once I'm up here, I pretty much, I mean, the only thing, at one point I was thinking maybe just get like a little mini fridge so I never need to go downstairs. Yeah, come here. So this is actually originally a that explains the master bathroom. This is originally a master bedroom.
Oh wow, okay.
But I never spend any time in my bedroom.
Yeah.
So.
Make use of it.
Yeah, make use of it. So, once again, as I said, I've got watch books throughout the entire house. Sometimes I'll chill if I'm being a waste man. I'll just come here in the day, just respond to voice notes, kind of mong out a little.
It's a good thinking space. It's quite clear as well, right?
Yeah. Good sunlight. Obviously, this is the main sort of setup. Stand-up desk. So yeah, you know, always alternate.
You've got a desk until it moves.
Wow. I'll always alternate between sitting, standing.
This is desk stunting.
So yeah, I got my whole setup. My computer just plugs it straight to the monitor, and then from that hooks into the audio and everything else I need. Just a bunch of storage space, pull-up bar because Bojo's a twat and gyms aren't open. So yeah, that's pretty much here. So this is where I work, and then this is where I come up and I meditate, and sometimes I'll do a solid 5 grams of shrooms and just sit there for 6 hours. And
is that microdosing?
And no, 5 grams is like
that's not micro.
It's a bit more of a heavy hit than that. So yeah, sometimes I'll come up here, just meditate generally. Sometimes I'll do a bunch of shrooms, come up here and meditate. Sometimes I'll do jarape, which is they use that in ayahuasca ceremonies.
These are nails.
And yeah, this is a nail bed.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, definitely wasn't a cool kid in school. I was definitely into some wacky shit. So yeah, this is my little zen. When I came into this place, I was like two options. Either I can make this like a little meditation then, or I've been really meaning to into getting into like DJing and mixing music. So I was like gonna put my decks here and something. I'm glad I made it a meditation.
No,
it's like a nice.
It's definitely got the vibe, and I can smell the incense.
It's burning.
Yeah,
all
it's
burning.
incense. Bro, thank you very much for actually sitting with us and sharing all of that personal information. Just on a side note, obviously, just as someone that has an educational company teaching people how to set up their own digital marketing agency, what's like the biggest misconception you feel that a lot of people come to when they're starting, whether when they see what you're doing and think they can just start it overnight? What's the biggest misconception would you say that
When it comes to starting an agency?
Yeah.
I mean, as I said, kind of like what we were talking about in the podcast itself or in the interview itself, it's like I started my agency right around mid 2016, but for 2.5 years I was reading a book a week. I was meditating, I was going to the gym, I was doing all of those habit stuff. So it's like when I found the right business model, I just got straight to the races. I'll be honest, like I was able to sit down and work for hours. I was able to focus. I was able to, I didn't have mental blocks. Even just a lot of people getting into it, they're like, they even got identity issues in terms of like, why would anyone ever trust me to help them with their business? Or, I don't think I could be successful. Or I don't think I could be wealthy. I'll be honest, I didn't have any of those. I was like, I know I'll be successful. I know I'll be wealthy. So just understand, maybe my timeline isn't going to be as realistic for certain people because there's a lot of stuff they need to do in terms of like the roots of their tree. There's a lot of stuff and a lot of work that they need to do there before you can get to a point that you're signing high retainers.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, there's also people in my community that smoked my timeline. Yeah. There's people in my community that's gone from literally 0 to 10K a month in 30 days profit, right? But once again, those are also outliers. I've even got on my extended channel. Probably my favorite student interview I've ever done is a guy who signed his first client after 18 months. Oh. And that's my proudest interview because I'm like, yeah, the dude stuck in there for 18 months. And then, from the point in which he got the first client, within 30 days, he was making $7,000 a month, right? So it's just like everyone's timeline is different, everyone's journey is different, and really just don't compare yours to anyone else's.
Do you think we live in a time where people are looking for like instant gratification? People actually want
you know what's so interesting is if this was 30 years ago, right? Like if this was 30 years ago, I think that's the other thing is like, if this was 30 years ago and I made the equivalent of $1 million back then at the age of 18, I would probably think I was literally the only person in history that's ever done that.
Yeah.
Right? Because you have no context for what other people are doing. The issue is now, like, dude, I even look at like certain 17s and like certain 17-year-olds, and there's certain 17-year-olds that make me look like like I was doing nothing at the age of 17. So it's, there's always like, I feel as though the goalpost is moving younger and younger, first of all, and then also what people are expected to accomplish at a certain age, at least within the entrepreneurial space. Gets higher and higher. So you're never going to do yourself any services. You're never going to do yourself a service by comparing yourself to what other people are doing.
What would you advise someone that's starting out for the first time, that wants to start any sort of business? What would you say the essentials are to getting started?
I'd say, look, in terms of starting a business, whatever business it is, because it's such a broad, hey, if you're starting any business, I can't give you tactical advice.
Let's say online business.
Right. Well, once again, that's still pretty broad. So but either way, I guess I would still give the same thing, which is declutter your life. Yeah. So look at the areas of your life. Like for me, if you're starting a business, delete Instagram off your phone, right? Unless you genuinely have to use it as a part of your business, right? Delete Instagram off your phone. You have things like their Facebook feed eradicator. Like, why the fuck would you ever want to see what's on your Facebook feed? Like when I go on Facebook, which I barely never do, I don't, for me, it's for a communication platform. My Facebook feed is blocked. When I go on YouTube on my computer, there's no suggested. I don't get suggested on the side. It's called like a YouTube VK blocker. It's a Google Chrome extension. So, in every area of my life, I'm trying to safeguard my energy and my focus against, people and things that, want to come in and take it from me. I don't turn on my main phone. I've got 2 phones. This phone comes out at 1 o'clock every single day. Before that, you know, from the point in which I'm kind of getting ready to wind down for bed, like 9 o'clock, all the way until 1 o'clock the next day, I have my second phone. And that second phone, you know, no one knows my number. On there, I've only got Oura Ring, Audible, Spotify, Uber, kind of just some of the essentials. So then that way I can safeguard my energy in the morning. And the only people that can reach me is my team and my clients on Slack. You know, outside of that, I don't really care about anyone else. You know, those are the people that I'm there to serve, or at least, you know, in my main focus time. So yeah, I'd say that's the most important thing is, you know, if you're first getting started with your business, probably the best thing that you can do is clear out your house, clear out your phone, clear out your social media. That's if you don't feel comfortable deleting your Instagram because you think you're gonna miss out on something, which by the way you won't. It's that unless it's a part of your business. Easiest thing, just mute everyone. Right? Who the fuck cares about it? Or at the minimum, I honestly have never understood these guys that follow like all these Instagram girls and it's like, dude, who the fuck cares about what?
Simplify your life.
Right? Just you know, just be selfish. I've always said you have to be selfish to be selfless. Yeah. I had to be selfish for years in terms of my attention, my time, and I still have to be selfish, right, with certain things. No, no, I can't. I'm not gonna do a coffee catch up, right? Or you know, I have to be selfish in terms of my time to be selfless in other areas of my life where I can bring more to the world. So, yeah.
Makes sense. That's a lot of value. That's a lot of value. Listen, I'm excited. I can't wait for this MYCOMEUP interview to come out, and I think you give way too many jewels away for free. And I know you're a man that knows about consulting, but listen, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure.
And I'm glad I got you before you leave. Before you leave us. So that's it, guys. It's been great having you with me for the day. I'm really looking forward to you actually getting to see my interview with Iman Gadzhi on MYCOMEUP. He actually opened up with us and shared a lot of things that he just hasn't ever shared before. And I think just him opening up and giving us that platform to exchange with him is one that I'm thankful for. But more importantly, it's been great to just give you guys an insight of what it's like running my agency, MYCOMEUP, which is a news broadcasting platform and a production company. And more importantly, it's going to be what you recognize as the voice of entrepreneurial culture. So look, I'm going to be sharing more value with you. If you're new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe. And make sure also, those of you that watch this video and really listen to what Iman has to say, I think one of the most important points I took from our discussion is that idea of comparison, especially if you're starting an agency for the first time. It's really easy to compare yourself and where you're at in comparison to other people around you. And I think what Iman shared was very vital because sometimes it takes time to build that foundation. And I think, as you can see, MYCOMEUP has been something that's been going on since 2009. So it takes a while to build that foundation, but once you do, you get the compound effect. And he definitely shares that as well in the interview. So if you want to watch that interview, I definitely advise you to head over to mycomeup.com, as well as our YouTube channel, MYCOMEUP World. And also, if you're new to this channel, I'd advise you to subscribe by literally clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I post, as well as follow me on Instagram. If you're new, make sure that you send me a follow, send me a DM, and I'll be more than happy to follow you back and communicate, which I love doing. Look, it's been great. I'm not gonna lie, I'm slurring my words because I'm pretty tired now. Been speaking for the day. So look, I'm gonna catch you guys on the B-side. Leonard Sekyonda. Let me go to sleep.